105.9 FM and AM 630. Washington's Mall, WMAL.
7:49 on WMAL. Brian Neiman, Brian Wilson with you. We're live in Tampa. The sun has popped out. It's bright sunshine here. The palm trees are getting going. By getting going, I mean they're actually blowing in the wind. So it looks like we're in South Florida right now. And we've been here since Sunday night. And things really get kicked off in earnest tonight with Chris Christie giving his big speech. Ann Romney will be there as well to give her speech. Said to be a very important speech, and they moved it around on purpose so Ann Romney would get to more of a prominent role at the convention. We are pleased to be joined by former UN Ambassador John Bolton. Good to see you in person. Hold on, we have to turn on your microphone.
Yeah, let's try it again.
That would help. Well, I am glad to be here with you.
We're radio professionals, as you can tell.
Yeah. So how's it going? How's it gone for you so far? I mean, really things are just now beginning to kick off.
Right. Well, I think it's obviously people were concerned about the safety and security of the delegates and people in Florida and whatnot. But, you know, I think we may be moving to a 3-day convention era. This happened in Minneapolis, St. Paul in 2008. Right. I don't think it had any effect on the campaign. I don't think it'll have a negative effect on this campaign.
You know, I said that. I think it's better if it's more compact. I mean, I think you get more bang out of your buck for that, and you get more exposure from the TV networks, and the heavyweights are up there.
Well, I think people want to see a few key speeches.
Yeah.
The president, the vice president, in this case, Mrs. Romney, Chris Christie. A lot of the rest of it is for the party, and maybe it takes 4 days optimally to do all the work they want to do. This is important for the party so they can all get to see each other after 4 years.
All right, so tell me from a foreign policy standpoint and for national security standpoint, what themes the Romney campaign needs to hit during these next couple of days?
Well, I think Governor Romney for some time has been making the point that his foreign policy would be a Reaganite peace through strength foreign policy. And what he has done that Obama hasn't grasped in 3.5 years is the connection between a strong posture for the United States internationally and sustained prosperity here at home. You can't have domestic economic growth if the world's in chaos. And likewise, you can't have a strong America internationally without a growing economy. These deficits and the national debt we're building up, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff has described as the principal national security threat we have, and there's a lot to that.
Former UN Ambassador John Bolton is with us. Meanwhile, you know, things in Syria continue to deteriorate. I think that would be the proper word, and we don't really know what is going on there, who's going to be in charge if the Assad regime falls. What is your feeling on where it is right now?
Well, I'm very worried about it for a couple reasons. One, as you say, we still, after 18 months, the administration still doesn't know who we can point to as somebody who would be reliable and dependable if Assad falls. And by that I mean somebody who's not going to conduct a bloodbath against the supporters of the Assad regime. We don't want our support aiding that kind of thing, number one. Number two, the chemical weapons issue is still very much up in the air. It's very dangerous, either that Assad uses the weapons or they fall into the hands of al-Qaeda or the terrorist group Hezbollah. You
had said, though, during Libya that basically there's anybody better than Gaddafi. And that was the reason why we might want to do that. Is there a better option than Assad? I mean,
well, I certainly hope so. It's hard to imagine much worse than Assad, especially since he's a clear ally of Ahmadinejad in Iran. But the point is, we don't know who that alternative is, and I think we have learned that you need a viable alternative, and hopefully one that's not going to turn around and be a terrorist state on Israel's northern border.
You know, Paul Ryan is got a prep for these debates, and we think of Paul Ryan as a guy who's a smart budget guy. I mean, knows more about the budget than anybody. How is he on foreign policy, and are you helping him get ready for the debate?
Well, you know, I know him well. He attends a lot of events at the American Enterprise Institute, and I think his expertise in the budget is going to be critical. Look, the Obama administration has cut, with the sequestration, if that kicks in, over 3.5 years, has cut $1.5 trillion from the defense budget. Every other department in the government is exploding except defense. So I think Ryan's expertise in budget matters is going to be critical as we try and squeeze the federal budget, get rid of subsidies for Amtrak and things like that, but nonetheless preserve defense spending so we're not even in a deeper hole than Obama's put us.
Would you be interested in a cabinet position in a Romney administration?
You know, well, I appreciate your asking. It's like getting hit by a meteor. You know, I'm not sitting around waiting for it. Jim Baker always used to give me the advice. He used to give it to me all the time because he probably felt I needed it. He'd say, keep your eyes on the prize. Right. And that's November the 6th.
John Bolton, it's great to have you. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it greatly.
Really greatly appreciate it.